Keep an eye on these temperatures again. As you move through the afternoon, they begin to rise, and those rising temperatures shift to the north. Still some snow falling early afternoon for those far northern areas.
Upwards of 40, if not 45 miles per hour, and the snow is still falling. Like we said earlier, Ryan, it's still dumping out here, and it's accumulating fast. Of course, the roads are still covered. Take it slow if you have to travel, and I know a lot of schools are
going
closed.
to slow down a little bit. And depending on where that sets up this afternoon and this evening, it looks like it might push a little bit farther south. That's where we're going to have to track at least the chance for some showers and storms to develop, and more of that severe threat in Texas. This was in Hondo, Texas, back a few years ago, back in April of 2021. 6.4-inch diameter hail. You see that right here, compared to the size of a quarter. That is crazy big hail. Breezy or gusty at times. Gusts upwards to 25 miles an hour possible. Sustained winds 10 to 15, mostly out of the south and west. But as we head into the overnight period,
it's a great day to have a great day, but I think it might be a little hard to have a great day outside.
You know what, Ryan? We'll say this. It's never hard to have a great day. We just have to deal with the weather conditions sometimes. That's what we have to deal with every day, right? Because the weather affects us every day. This day is just particularly bad. That's how we'll put it. You can still smile, though, but again, behind us, as you can see, the roadways completely snow-covered.
Well, time now for another look at our eastern Iowa weather, and we're going to take you to a live look outside over I-35. Now, this is in the area north of Ames, and check this out. We're seeing some hail still to this very moment. Let's hand things over to Storm Track 7 meteorologist Robbie Commodari. Robbie, it's not looking so great out there.
Not looking too great. We do have to be prepared, of course, as we move into the rest of this afternoon, into this evening. Hopefully you have your severe weather plans in place. You have multiple ways, of course, to stay alert, at least when you receive these alerts, these weather alerts that will be coming in, at least throughout the rest of the afternoon into this evening. And speaking of Ames, they even had a confirmed tornado just southwest of their area with that little batch of rain, that large batch of rain, I should say, in showers and storms. Pretty intense, to say the least, but here we are in Cedar Rapids. All is quiet right now. 68 degrees is the air temperature. Most of us are in the 60s across the area. The further south that you are, the warmer you are, again. We're keeping an eye on that warm front. How far north that lifts is going to be a pretty big factor in any tornado threat that does develop this afternoon across the area. But the other thing you'll notice, this is kind of the hidden feature of today, winds outside of the thunderstorms are going to be pretty gusty, even upwards of 45 miles an hour sustained, 20 to 30 miles an hour. That's exactly what we're seeing right now out of the east-southeast, around 25 miles per hour. But you will notice again, clouds darkening off to the west in Cedar Rapids. But here's a pretty much statewide look across the state of Iowa, that is, of what we've got going on. Lots of activity, lots of lightning strikes, as you can see, from central Iowa down to even northeastern portions of Missouri. Some severe thunderstorm warnings down there as well. Those could eventually shift off to the north and east and clip our southern viewing area. But again, this main batch is the one we've been tracking so far. We're going to zoom on in a little bit more towards eastern Iowa here. Starting to see that batch approach our far western counties, as you can see. But right now, most of the area is quiet. It's not calm exactly because we have seen these gusty winds. But right now, the one warning that is closest to our area, that includes Franklin and Hardin counties. Those are some other counties just to the west of the viewing area, of course. This is until 12:45. Hail size less than 3/4 of an inch in diameter. Of course, some wind gusts upwards of 60 miles an hour. And there is a threat a tornado is possible with this severe thunderstorm warning. It's a pretty large area right now that is pretty quickly shifting off to the north and to the east. So just keep that in mind as you are, if you are at least traveling out by their neck of the woods over there. Otherwise, south and east, a little bit more towards Tama County as well. You can start to see this other heavier batch just south of that severe thunderstorm warning that is also shifting up to the north and to the east. Could expect some pretty gusty winds with that as well on the south side of that batch of showers and storms, some lightning as well, and some definitely heavy rain, maybe some small hail with that. But overall, here we are, like I mentioned, we do have this tornado watch in effect for the rest of the afternoon into the early portions of this evening. A few tornadoes are looking likely with this, and we can't rule out a few intense tornadoes as well. Otherwise, there could be some scattered wind gusts here, upwards of 70, if not a little bit higher, miles per hour. Even some damaging hail, upwards of very large hail as well, possibly upwards of 2 or more inches in diameter. That pretty much covers all of the viewing area, as you can see. Now, in terms of that severe weather risk, of course, we've got this pretty potent area of low pressure just off to our west right now. We're keeping an eye on that warm front. Depending, like I mentioned, how far north that gets, areas along and south of the warm front you have the better tornado threat. That's exactly what we're seeing with this level 3 out of 5 risk. The orange shaded counties that you see, of course, we're talking about all severe hazards, but south of that warm front, wherever it does set up this afternoon, keep an eye for that tornado threat, of course. That's what we're looking at, though, but as we head throughout the rest of the afternoon, let's take a little bit step by step here, what we've got going on. This is this first batch that we're just looking at on radar. There might be a third round that develops on the backside of this, and that has the potential to also include some severe weather, some tornado potential as well. But this will continue streaming throughout the rest of the afternoon into the early portion of the evening before we begin to clear out, dry out a little bit more, and quiet down at least, heading into the overnight period tonight into tomorrow morning. Now, in terms of rainfall, because there is a localized flash flooding threat as well, upwards of 1 inch or 2 inches is going to be possible with some locally higher amounts. And of course, we do need the rainfall. We would like to keep the severe weather away, but that's what we've got going on right now. Otherwise, heading into tomorrow for that city-by-city forecast, of course, some lingering morning showers by tomorrow morning for your Wednesday. Now, another disturbance looks like it'll move on through on Thursday, bring another pretty likely chance for some rain showers at least. But heading into this weekend, temperatures remain on the cooler side compared to this past weekend. Highs mostly in the 50s. We are looking at a mix of sun and clouds.